I don't know if you know this, but 80% of all freelancers end up going back to their 9-to-5 job. And I don't want that to happen to you. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 main things I wish I knew about Upwork before starting so that you don't have to be part of that 80%. You can stay in the 20% with me and make a bunch of money. Now, the first thing that I wish I knew before starting freelancing at Upwork was actually what to do when I first started. Because when you first start on freelancing and when you first start on Upwork, there's literally 1,000,001 different things to do. You can, how do I get clients? How do I make my profile? How do I make a good proposal? What type of proposal? Which type of clients? Which niche? There's just like 1,000,000 different things to pick from. And in reality, there's only 2 things that you need to focus on when it comes to actually getting started on Upwork. And most people get this wrong. Most people think it's to do with the profile. Most people think it's to do with, the proposal, but it's actually all to do with research. The reason those 80% end up giving up is because they just don't do enough research to give themselves a good chance on these freelancing websites and things like Upwork, right? They don't do enough research, which means they end up having to reinvent the entire wheel when it comes to their profile and the proposal. So you don't need to do that. So let me explain exactly what you need to do. And I've explained this in other videos, but number 1, all you need to do is first find all of the top profiles. And you can do that by going to the search bar, typing in the niche or the service that you're offering, and then filtering by earned amount, 10K, and then going in the URL and just adding an extra 0 or even 2 zeros so you can see anybody that's making over 100K to even millions of dollars on Upwork and on these freelancing platforms. You can do the same thing on other platforms. That way, at least you've got a lay of the land of the best profiles. And then all you're gonna do is just steal what they do best, right? So if they have a great picture, let me style my picture like that. If they have a great title and description, let me copy that. If they have good portfolio, but I don't have that prior experience, let me try and copy that and make it and turn it into my own thing. As they say, great artists steal. And to be honest, it's just the main thing that you need to be doing when you're getting started on Upwork and freelancing. And the second thing that you need to do, in my opinion, right, because this is just the things that I wish I knew before starting, is putting out a fake job to see what everybody's current outreach strategy is. So put a fake job out that's super realistic and then see how people apply to it. And the best people, we're just gonna copy the way that they send their proposals. This is really actionable advice. And honestly, this really works. And I use it with all my mentorship students, no matter what niche they're in. And usually it does 2 things. It gives them a lot of confidence because they realize, well, most of them are rubbish, right? So you realize your competition's not as good as you think it is. And number 2, a few people will stand out and you're like, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to start sending my proposals like that so that I can get an edge when I've got a new profile. And don't be an arsehole as well. Make sure to delete the job after so that people get their connects back, or respond to every single person so that they can get their connects back as well. Okay. Now, the second thing that I wish I knew before starting Upwork and freelancing might even slightly offend you, but to be honest, it's very true. And I know this was true for me, is the idea of compartmentalization. When it comes to getting started on Upwork and getting started with freelancing, you need to be able to compartmentalize. You need to be able to look at the list of things that you need to do and then just knock them down one by one. Instead of getting kind of, analysis fatigue and just seeing it and be like, that's too much stuff. I need you, and I had to teach myself this. This is very difficult for me. So I'm only saying what I went through is I needed to look at the things that needed to be done first and then attack them immediately. So for example, before worrying about proposals, I needed to build my profile out, right? Before I even built my whole profile out, I needed to put a profile picture up and write the title and the description. I've been making YouTube videos for years and I still get the same question of like, what about taxes? You don't even have a proposal yet. You don't even have a profile yet. You haven't even made an Upwork account yet, right? Well, what's the best proposal type? Well, I haven't made a profile yet. It doesn't make any sense. You need to compartmentalize, do the profile first. Then we can work on the proposals. Once we've got clients, then we can do the service delivery. Once we do the service delivery and we're making a little bit of money, then let's worry about taxes, right? That's just how it should be. And I think most people don't compartmentalize. And that's kind of the second thing that I think is something that I wish I knew beforehand. It would have probably saved me a lot of time. But the third thing is even more interesting. The third thing is what it actually takes to get clients on Upwork. And most of this comes down to consistency. If I send 10 proposals a day for Monday, Tuesday, but then I take Wednesday, Thursday off, and then on Friday I send 2 proposals, and then I take Saturday off because I'm chilling, and then on Sunday I maybe send 10 again. Or actually I want to do a bit more, I do 15. You won't get clients and you won't make money. There's like a weird law in the universe that comes with momentum and consistency. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is the case it is, but you've probably experienced yourself. When you are consistent and when you have momentum, things start to happen, right? And every day that you're not sending proposals on Upwork is probably going to be the day that there was a client on there that wanted to pay you, but you weren't there. And I know this is the case for me because when I first started, I sent proposals for 14 days straight and I didn't get a single message back. And then on that 14th day or 13th day, I got a message back and I immediately closed them. Granted, it was only for $180 and I was living in my parents' basically basement, but it got me started. And now I'm here, now I'm living in Thailand, and it changed my life, right? So you have to be consistent. And look, consistency is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggle with it too. But realistically speaking, I think it's easier, and a piece of actionable advice is to just do 30 to 90 day sprints. Do a big push. Just commit to sending the proposals every day for the next 7 days or 30 days or 90 days. The shorter with the less consistent you are, the longer with the more consistent you are. And you'll find that you just build up so much momentum. And also it's hard to be consistent when things aren't going well. I get that. But when things start going well and you start making money, you won't struggle with being consistent anymore. Your mindset will be completely different. Like I have a video, it was super nonchalant about how I closed my first client on Upwork with no reviews. And I was saying in that video that I was talking to my friend in Leicester before I was making money with freelancing and Upwork, that I really want to be successful, but I just can't be bothered. But now if you ask me that doesn't resonate with me whatsoever. But back then, I really believed that, So consistency is one of the most important things when it comes to freelancing and Upwork, especially when it comes to consistency of the proposals that you're sending and trying to reach out to potential clients. Now, the fourth one is something that I've noticed a big change in 2025 with the rise of AI, and even in 2024, is that most people don't realize that it's so much easier to just retain clients and actually make money from the clients that you currently have instead of getting new ones. Most people treat their clients like shit. And I'll be honest with you, full transparency, when I first got started in freelancing and Upwork, I didn't take my clients seriously and I would just try and get the quick payday, and that was the truth about it. But as I progressed and as I got better, I've started to see the value of the clients that I had, especially the ones that would stay for me for a long time. Because what's crazy, and this is the truth, it's way easier to work with a client that you've already closed and get them to pay you more money. It's also easier to get a client that you've already closed to just continue to pay you for a long time. And it's also easy to get a client that you've already closed to give you referrals, but it's way harder to get a brand new client, way harder. And especially referrals, like there's a good data-driven statistic that around people that get referrals as part of their business and that kind of look after their customers, they make 3 times as much on average, right? So in general, it's always good to treat your customers and your clients as well as possible and go above and beyond for them. Give them a little bit extra. If you're a thumbnail designer, give a few extra thumbnails. I know that worked for me when I was hiring thumbnail designers, or when it works with developers, come up with a much clearer scope and even maybe build some of the things out. It's not difficult with no code and things like that, so that you can see visually. That's what pushed me over the edge when I just spent about 40 grand on hiring. So just go above and beyond for your clients, because it's way easier to keep them, charge them more, retain them, and get referrals from the clients that like you than it is to get new clients. And being in the hamster wheel of always getting new clients and new clients and new clients, that's fine, but it's way easier when you've got referrals, and it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it just makes your life a lot easier. And your reputation does matter at the end of the day. Now, the final thing that I wish I knew before getting started with freelancing and Upwork is the idea of not needing to be perfect when it comes to the skills that I'm offering. Almost every single person that you know who's a successful freelancer, if you go and ask them, what was it like when you first got started? They're going to tell you, I knew nothing. I just got my first client and then I scaled from there and I got a bit better every day, right? It's the same thing that happened with me. I have a whole video on it where I told you about how I got my first client. But you don't need to be perfect. And to be honest, I stopped myself from typing in the word upwork.com into Google for many, many, many months because I was just afraid of like the idea that I just didn't know anything. I didn't know what skill to offer. I had this, you know, like massive weight on my shoulders to be perfect, when in reality, you're just getting started. You just got to get your first client. And you know what it is? When you get your first client, you might end up screwing it up and you might end up getting a bad review. And that's okay, because that's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happens to most people. So please, if you haven't got started with Upwork yet and freelancing, don't overthink it. Just get started. You don't need to be perfect. It's completely fine. And to be honest, especially now with all the resources that are available, it's so easy to learn these like soft skills, especially if you're just trying to make money and you want to do like something simple like social media management, video editing, graphic design, thumbnail design, no code application building like vibe coding. There's so much resources online that it's like almost impossible for you not to know how to do stuff within like a couple of days to a week, right? And if you study for a month, I mean, you're going to be ahead of most people. So yeah. And that actually brings me back to one of the first points that I made is putting out a fake job on Upwork, right? Like you'll see that your competition's pretty poor. Like you're actually not competing with really good people most of the time. Most of the time people are pretty terrible. So you don't need to overthink it too much. It's just because ignorance is bliss. You just don't know. You think that, you're going up against these like amazing freelancers. Most freelancers suck. They are rubbish. So don't overthink this. And yeah, I mean, those are the main 5 things I would say that I wish I knew before getting started on Upwork. But I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. I'd love to know what you think you didn't know when you were getting started in your journey. And I'll see you in the next video.